Hello guys, welcome to my yet another video. Your video we are still continuing our work from home series. Your work from home series, if you have just tuned in or if you have just come across this video, don't forget we already have three more videos in this series and the playlist will be linked here also in the description box. है त ल त्यही भन्दै आजको लागि चाहिँ हाम्रो फोर्थ भिडियोतिर लागौं, which is the tools that you need if you want to work from home. We have talked about it over and over again in a different live-हरुमा, webinars-हरुमा, a different form of online interactions-हरुमा हामीले भनि नै राखेको छौं. Work from home यदि चाहनुहुन्छ गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने there are some tools that comes really handy. It is not just for as a employee या remote job खोज्दै हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरुको लागि मात्रै हैन कि if you are thinking of building an online business and you want to work with the entire team, and a lot of people धेरै जनाले complain गर्नुहुन्छ work from home खासै धेरै productive हुँदैन. It's also because they lack the right kind of a tools and technology in a place and त्यो businessमा integrate नगरेसम्म चाहिँ हुँदैन. So I am going to talk about all those tools that you can use in order to make your online business better. Also, if you are looking to work as a remote worker, यो यति टुलहरु तपाईले जान्नै पर्छ. So चलाउन आउनु भयो भने चाहिँ your life will be easier and the chances of you getting work is also higher. That being said, let's get started. Guys, so let's move on to the first tool that I would want to recommend everyone who is looking for a remote working environment. You need to learn this tool. And the first tool is communication tool. I know धेरै जनाले चाहिँ अहिले पनि Viber र WhatsApp युज गरिराख्नु पर्छ. A lot of you also may be using Messenger. यो पनि युज गरिराख्नु भएको हुन सक्छ. तर one tool that you definitely want to look out is the Slack. Now Slack आफैमा एकदमै powerful tool हो. It is designed for a remote working environment, which definitely हाम्रो WhatsApp, Viber र Messenger चाहिँ हैन. It's basically instant communication को लागि all those three channels, but this one is for the remote working or work culture को लागि हो or office को लागि हो. So that's number one tool that I would recommend. Now why Slack भनेर सोच्दै हुनुहुन्छ भनेपछि there are a couple of reasons why I would want you to use Slack or I would want you to learn Slack is because Slack मा काम गर्ने there are certain ethics, there are certain thing that you have to keep in mind while you're working in a Slack. So there's certain do's and don'ts. One of the thing that I feel why Slack is very important, it has an option of a channel. So different channel create गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ according to the topic that you want to talk about, according to the things, according to the projects, according to the whatever kind of तपाईको sub categorize गर्दा फेरि चाहिँ Slack it definitely comes handy. Now Slack को अर्को एउटा चीज that I love that I don't see it in a Messenger or Facebook or WhatsApp is another thing that I really find really fascinating and nice and important for a work from home is definitely the option of talking in a thread. So thread मा कुरा गर्दा काम गर्दा फेरि it's very important that all the team members are in the same page and we don't miss out on information. Hence that's another tool. Hence that's the tool that I would really want you to look into and try to learn about it if you want to get a remote job. Now let's move on to the second one. The second one is hands down there is no I don't think so there's any alternative to this, which is G Suite or Google Workspace. So G Suite भनेर चिन्ने गरेको tool चाहिँ recently revamped भएको छ, which is now called as Google Workspace. Now Google Workspace allows you to do so many things that I do feel that there are certain alternatives but not the entirely because Zoho भन्ने छ, त्यसपछि Dropbox भन्ने छ. There is something is there that Google Workspace still feels like the ideal choice to go for, which is option of a Google Form, option of Google Doc, Google Sheet, there's a Google Meet, and not to forget that if you take a G Suite account that you all can have a professional email of your company where it allows you, it gives you 30 GB per person, so it kind of saves all the documents in one place. So that makes it a very powerful and robust thing. Why? Because when you're working in a team, you might want to do back and forth, right, in a communication or a document presentation or whatever kind of even presentation for that matter, बनाइराख्नु भएको छ या कुनै रिपोर्टमा काम गरिराख्नु भएको छ, you can work two people at the same time remotely on a Google Doc or Google Sheet, and that's why it's very powerful. Now one thing that I have realized over the period of time is earlier we used to think cloud computing, oh my god, what is this cloud computing भनेर भन्थ्यो भनेपछि now these all tool are what cloud computing is. Basically you don't have to store anything तपाईको आफ्नो ल्यापटपमा, you can store in a Google cloud, which is what the Google Workspace drive allows you to, right? So I know there are alternative in a market, but that being said, I still feel a lot of people do prefer Workspace, and that's what I also feel. If you want to learn more, definitely do check out about Google Workspace and how to use this tool, and definitely learn about it if you want to get a remote job. Moving on, the third thing that I want to go towards is like you cannot miss this out, which is the project management. Now if you have a team of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know how many people, whatever that the number of teams are, now the one thing that you get jumbled up, and it really minimizes the efficiency, which is where how you gonna work together as a project management. So earlier हाम्रो real-time project manager हुनुहुन्थ्यो भने now this tool actually acts like a project manager, and this is a project management tool which is, there are multiple in a market. I want to start with saying Jira software. Jira is definitely there, which is very powerful and very robust, but it's kind of very complex as well because it is designed for software developers. So त्यही भएर चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ त्यति Jira चलाउँदा सजिलो चाहिँ feel भएन. There's a Confluence, there's this, it does give you a lot of option to do a lot of things, but it also makes you feel like little अलिकति चाहिँ चाहिने भन्दा धेरै featuresहरू. As a small business owner चाहिँ you may feel like okay, it has too many things. So that's why there's other alternatives like a Trello, like Asana, like Coda, and these all tools are quite intuitive. And like I said earlier, once all the tools that we are talking about, if we combine this tool together, the productivity is definitely going to be a lot higher. Now the best part about project management tool is it is kind of this one person who tells you who to do what, भनेर जो role एउटा project manager ले खेल्नुहुन्थ्यो. These tools definitely do that instead, and helps make a work more visual, so you know where we are, what team are working on, what's happening, what's next thing to do, what's your today could be things to do, whatever. So it just gives you a visual of that, and definitely for that, if you want to check it out, it will be in a link will be in a description, so don't forget to check that one out. And if you want to work in a remote environment, you really want to know or learn these tools, which is a project management tool, I would not say go for every tool that's possible, but pick one. You can pick Asana, you can pick Trello, or you can pick Coda, because these are actually designed which is not very complex. It has a certain features. It has the features that a small business and a medium scale business, whatever they need, it has all those features. But I would still feel Jira is kind of a little complex than these all. And yeah, so talking about this is a paid tool. Of course it has a free option as well, so if you are a really small team, then you can check their free, you can use it as a free pony. But if you think it has a possibility and it will the efficiency is really bringing efficiency to your work, then definitely you want to pay it and subscribe to one of these project management tools, and definitely learn about it if you want to get a remote work, right? So that's number 3. Now okay, so let me move on to number 4. Now this is something that I think we all know, we all love it, we have been using it, and that's a video conferencing tool. Now the video conferencing tool, I don't know, people have their own specific inclination towards one tool and another, but I do love Google Meet a lot. So Google Meet भयो, Zoom भयो, त्यसै गरेर खास भने WebEx भन्ने पनि छ. So these are some of the tools available in the market that you want to use for video conferencing, and I think a lot of us are already using Zoom. नेपालमा एकदमै धेरै extensively for online learning we are already using. So तपाईलाई यदि Zoom को featuresहरु थाहा छ भने, it allows you to do breakout room, it allows you to talk to a person, it also allows you to make videos, you can record these things, and there are so many other options that makes this particular video conferencing tool promising. But that being said, if you want, you can check out Google Meet, because I sort of have seen Google Meet यति धेरै नयाँ featuresहरु ल्याइरहेको छ, like you can blur the background, you can change the background. There are so many other features that Google Meet is also adding that also makes it a very promising one. So video conferencing tool ma, you really want to know how this works and how you can leverage it भनेर, so that when you are working as a remote worker, it comes handy to you. Now, okay, so that is my number 4, which is video conferencing. You can check out one of these and let me know in a comment section below which one are you using and which one makes you feel like you feel more powerful, or feels like that's your go-to tool. Let me know in a comment section below. Okay, so let's move on to another one. If you're working in a remote environment, I don't know, but I personally feel that anyone and everyone today working in some field, whichever field, you are a project manager, you are a salesman, you're a digital marketer, or you are just an IT person, or you want to start an online business, whosoever you are, I feel another one tool, if you're working, then you need to know, which always add a plus point, and if you put it in your CV, that's definitely gonna give you an extra edge, an extra reason for an employer to hire you, which is Canva. I have been proactively talking a lot about Canva. I do have a paid course here, but again, like I said, this is about the tools that we are using and not my courses. But in case you want to check out Mero Canva training, which is a 6 hours program, which is actually tells you from A to Z some Canva environment, you can use Canva like a pro. Link will be in the description below. If you want to learn about that, do let me know in a comment section as well, or you can fill up the form that is provided in the description. Okay, so moving on, that's Canva. Now, why I suggest Canva? For various reasons. When you're working in a team, when you are doing a remote job, I am assuming remote job will demand you to do a lot of stuff like a presentation बनाउनु पर्ला, Google को presentation is there, but if you still want to give that edge to your presentation, you want to add certain branding to it, then this is one tool that's gonna definitely help you. And if you're working in a remote environment, I really think when you're working remotely, some of the skill set that you will require is definitely a little bit about is going to be design always. If you're not a hardcore coder or programmer, maybe that will be a different story. But if you're in a creative side, like a digital marketing related job, and you're working in a remote tool, that's definitely one thing, because a lot of companies are moving from free Canva to pro Canva, providing it to the team so that team can work together. There are a lot of features in a pro that free does not have, and that can't be neglected. And there's a growing lot of new features coming in Canva that makes it a really promising tool. So yeah, that's my number 5. So yeah, let me know in a comment section below if you are using Canva, or how your learning in terms of Canva is, or how are you leveraging this tool. And let's move on to the next tool. Now, this one is a tool that not necessarily you're a remote worker or not, but this is a tool that generally a lot of us use anyway, which is called as Grammarly. I don't know, regardless of whichever profession you are, but if you're working remotely, this is one tool that you definitely want to keep in your laptop, in your phone, which is called as Grammarly. Now, Grammarly helps you to edit all the grammar errors, which is a lot of time when you're writing, when you're thought, you probably just go here and there, you can just write, and you might not realize the mistakes that you're making, the simple comma, the simple capital letter, the simple A and N, and the mistakes of भइरहेको हुन्छ. So त्यसको लागि पनि, if you are working and if you really want to take advantage of a remote working culture, you want to apply, then you have to use, or you have to just make sure त्यो Google Chrome को extension आफ्नो कम्प्युटरमा, आफ्नो ल्यापटपमा add गर्नु होला or install गर्नु होला. So that brings me to the end of this video. Do let me know if this video was helpful. र मैले जतिवटा 5वटा सेगमेन्टमा जतिवटा टुल्सहरुको नाम लिए, यो टुलहरु यदि तपाईले अहिले युज गर्नु भएको छ भने, do let me know what are the features or what are the things that makes you feel that these tools have changed your way of working. But if you don't know about this tool, do let me in a comment section below. If you want me to make each tool ko or कुनै particular tool को बारेमा केही कुरा तपाईलाई जान्न मन लागेको छ भने, so that I can make a long format of a video where I can probably take you through a project management kuny tool like a Trello or Asana, or maybe I can take you through a different tool like we have discussed, like a Slack Kobarima tutorial. So if you have anything regarding Canva, so whatever the tool that we have discussed today, if you think you want me to make some video so that you can get more knowledge and more insight about this remote working tools, then do let me know in a comment section below. For now, thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, this is our video 4 and I'm wrapping up. Thank you so much for watching.